I mean, really? What is that? What is happening? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Um, so I had insomnia last night. It's Sunday. It is already like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just been like sitting around. But I was lucky. I did fall asleep like around probably like 6:30 a.m. And then I woke up again at 8:30, I believe. And so, I mean, that's like 2 hours. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm grateful for that. So it's not too bad today. But I'm just like, ugh. I'm pretty sure I had insomnia because of anxiety. I'm not going to get into it too much, but so I'm dealing with legal stuff because of something that happened to me that was the other person's fault, like completely negligence. Just, it was bad. And it's what caused my PTSD. I know I'm talking about it, like I don't like it because it just triggers like memories and stuff. And I don't even like saying this and I can't talk about it. But so that's going on in my life and that's not why I had anxiety. That's been ongoing. I think last night's insomnia stuff was anxiety because this person that used to be my neighbor was like in a custody battle with her ex, and she messaged me that she might subpoena me, which the whole thing has nothing to do with me. I still don't really understand why they would subpoena me. But I just emotionally don't want to get in the middle of any of that because her ex lives across the street from me still. She's telling me all this shit like he's crazy. Yeah, so I want to go to court and deal with that. And like, I don't know. So it's just been like stressing me out because like anything court related or anything like that, it just like triggers the anxiety that has been a lot worse since what happened to me. And the PTSD, a lot of people don't understand PTSD. I didn't even really understand it. I just thought it was something that like soldiers got. I didn't understand that could happen to anyone who has been in a situation of prolonged constant fear of their life. I'm not sure if it just has to do with that, like almost dying. But not just, I mean, it can happen from a car accident, I think even, but just like for me, it was like triggered by a prolonged threat against my life. So anyway, just bleh. So when that person was like, oh, they told me they weren't going to, because I explained to them, I can't emotionally deal with this. Like, I just can't. And if I do get subpoenaed, I'm going to give it to my lawyer to deal with. See, I don't know. So I think thinking about that has been messing with my anxiety, and I think that's why I just couldn't sleep last night. I don't think last night had to do with fibro completely. I think that was like an anxiety thing. You guys might have anxiety, can understand people can get insomnia from anxiety and stuff. So today is kind of blah. It's gonna be a lazy Sunday because I am like just out of it, but my schedule's a little thrown off. Like I didn't go to the grocery store this week because I had enough food to get to the weekend. And I babysat a couple times last week. So it like threw off my housewife schedule, I guess. My scheduled days. It was like when I go to the grocery store, you know what I mean? Like it just threw things off. So I gotta try to like come up with a like plan B schedule for myself for if I'm babysitting or doing something like that during the week. Cause I'm a very like schedule oriented like person. Like I know my routine and my schedule. When something like gets, messed up or out of place, it gets me like, oh, and I knew I was going to babysit, but it's still like, I have my set days. I do things, and like babysitting last week messed up my grocery time to where I did it on a different day. And then it rolled into this week, and it's just like, ugh. So I think we're probably just going to order a veggie pizza tonight. I had like eggs and fruit and stuff for breakfast. I'm not really hungry anymore. I don't think I'll be hungry till Justin gets home. I'll probably only eat one more time today. So I just don't have the energy to eat. I'm not doing anything, so I don't need a lot of calories. But anyways. Hey guys, later in the day, my hair's still being crazy. What is that? What is going on? You guys know how I am having, like, not the issue with, but like that lady that is always like, that was so rude to us and acting like we're in high school at the HOA election, and then she got mad she didn't get elected and Justin got reelected, and then she's always on Facebook, like our private neighborhood Facebook, like trying to throw the HOA under the bus or trying to like micromanage it. And she's just like many of y'all have said, she's like bitter and probably doesn't have a life. Well, she wanted to start some kind of safety committee. It's like she's just grasping at something to where she can be in charge of something. Anyway, she kept asking how they could do it with the HOA. I'm like, it doesn't need to be like through the HOA. Y'all don't need to be funded with our HOA fees. Like, I was like, if you want to have a damn safety meeting, then just have it. I had 2 and I just did it. I didn't need HOA permission. Just do it. Okay? Because she's like running her mouth about it. And this was like a week ago. I just got an email from her. She was like, I just thought because you had done it before and we hadn't. Mind you, this is the same one that stood there and said, I've been on an HOA. I've run an HOA before. What? If you've run an HOA before, why can't you figure out how to hold a safety meeting? Like, I literally gave her all the police officers' information that did the talking and told her what I did. Why do you need me to run it? That means you'll know what you're doing and you want me to do all the work. That pissed me off. Justin was like, calm down. I was like, no, I am sleepy and cranky and she is fucking with the wrong bitch. She wants to talk shit about my husband all the time or whatever and like be passive aggressive and, you know, act like a high schooler and talk shit across the cafeteria table at me and Justin. And then she thinks I'm going to help her. It doesn't even matter because like when we've had the meetings before, nobody listens to what I say. And they didn't listen to what the officer said because all the people with what happened the other night had listened to what the officer said. Half the shit wouldn't happen because they would have locks on their gates. They would keep their doors locked and they would have their alarm on at all times. So I'm just like, I don't have the time. Literally told her, don't got the time. Figure it out yourself. Bye, Felicia. Anyways, that's my update for the day. I'm extremely cranky today in case y'all can't tell. I was just like, oh, not even come at me today, woman. But I did fall asleep for a little bit. I was asleep when Justin got home from his D&D. And, okay. So I just set our alarm because Justin's leaving. He's got to go to work. He went to work earlier. My hair looks so big right now because it's like crimped. It's gotten like frizzy, but it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of loving it in a weird way. So Justin has to go back to work. It's like 8:30 at night, but he had images loading. I don't know, something to do with what he does. It's not like the worst wife ever. He does a lot of things. He does software engineering, computer programming. So he had to go to work to like see how that's going. And I don't know how long he's gonna be gone. But he's also gonna go drop my brother's, like our post office. I don't know if y'all's post office has like the automatic like machine you can go up to and mail something and then put it in the bin, just like make a sticker at any time of the day. So he took that just to do it because it was like sitting out there. My brother's birthday is not for like more than a week, but just want to make sure he gets it in time. Make sure that pog shirt fits him right, because if it doesn't, I need to send it back. So anyway, now that he left, I set all the alarms, put my gun out. I just still can't believe. You guys, like, let me know. Okay, if there was like a person that tried to get into your home, was like shaking the door and stuff, and then you ran upstairs and looked out and they were going across the street into someone else's alleyway, then coming out and trying to like get into their house, wouldn't you call the police? Wouldn't you? Yet some of my neighbors saw these things happening and didn't call the police. Now, I'm not saying you have to get involved because I've made the mistake and I don't regret it. So the people behind me's house was getting broken into. It ended up being some kind of weird, I kind of think, an inside job because the people next door have a son that's on probation for similar charges. So I was upstairs. It was when we were doing the bedroom floors, and I looked out the backyard because I can see in my neighbor's yards. They can't see into mine, but I can see into theirs. And there was a guy climbing out the window in a hoodie, like gloves on, a like bandana, like, no, he had some kind of mask, like a medical mask over his face. All I could see was like eyes, like that was it. And if I called 911, and then I realized what time it was. 911 stayed on the phone with me. They're like, don't approach. I'm like, I'm not going to go approach them. But I realized that it was close to the time their son walks off the bus and goes home. He would have been home alone and walked in on that. What I decided to do, which was my mistake, was I opened my window and I screamed at him. Because I would rather them, I don't know, do something crazy or like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what they could have done. Honestly, they couldn't have done much. But I would rather have done that and stuck my neck out and known that that kid was safe because I would have scared them off before he got home and walked in on that because God knows what they would have done. So, because at the time, I didn't know everything that was going on over there. So the kid, it turned out being teenagers. The kid looked at me and was like, fuck you, bitch. Like all this stuff or whatever. Hops over the fence. So I go get in the car. I'm still on the phone with 911. Get my gun, put it on, go, and I drive to, I didn't turn down the street and go where they were, but I parked myself in a safe area where I could get like pictures and license plates to tell 911 in case they left before the cops got there, which they did. But my neighbors, these two girls, they were like new neighbors. They're like, what's going on? I told them what's going on. So they took the pictures while I stayed on the phone with 911. Anyway, so that was me sticking my neck out there for my neighbors, which hindsight, I probably would have, if I did it again, just called 911, drove to the front gate and stopped the kid at the bus, not let him go home. Because, so I sat there, they saw my face, they yelled at me. The cops came, we gave them the information, we gave them the license plate, they drove over there, and it was about basically some teenagers, and she was like, some girl drove some teenage boys that she knew to do it. She was like, but I didn't have anything to do with it, blah, blah, blah. Well, something weird went on because both the neighbors came to my house and were asking me questions, like the two here. This person's son was on probation, and they're about the same age. So what I think happened was the kid that lives there was in on it because he didn't seem to care. And I was like, you need to stop. People are just breaking in your house because they'd already left. I'm like, you need to stay here. The cops are coming. He didn't care. He walked down there. To me, I think I caught him planning to like rob his own parents, teamed up with the kid on probation. What bothered me was they never ended up pressing charges because I think they knew it was like all an inside job. But what bothered me is I stuck my neck out there. Those little kids saw me. They ended up getting in trouble while the person decided not to press charges. All the parents found out what happened. And now then I'm just a target that got them in trouble. Like that's the way I look at it. So I learned that day. I'm not sticking myself out there for anyone anymore. I'll do my part and call the police, which I don't understand why those people just didn't call the police. Like how would it have affected you? You just called the police and said like, you can do that. Anyway, so, but I will never go that far again for anyone in this neighborhood. Just like I won't go as far as to do any more security meetings because I did my part and people didn't seem to give a shit. So anyways, I feel like I'm just today because I'm so sleepy. I'm sorry if I've been like that. Anyways, I am going to lay on the couch and watch movies because I am not tired now because I fell asleep earlier. And then I think once Justin comes home, I'll go to sleep just because of like what was going on. Somebody thought they saw that guy in the neighborhood again last night and she fucking didn't call the police. So this is the second night in a row. Somebody thought they saw this guy that was trying to get into people's homes last night and they didn't call the police. I mean, he was opening people's doors and I don't know. So I don't really want to go to sleep yet in case I hear something. And I'm prepared and near my gun, if that makes sense. And then once Justin gets home, we'll both go to bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.